With over 60 film adaptations alone, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is an iconic piece of literature. It is so internationally beloved, and although my relationship to this story stems mostly from being raised on Universal Monsters versions, interpretations of her book, I still am so excited anytime I hear that there is new Frankenstein media releasing. And that is exactly what we're getting this fall on Netflix by the acclaimed director Guillermo del Toro, who is one of my faves. No surprise here as a major horror lover. My name is Lauren. Welcome to the Happy Haunts Library, where we make Halloween a lifestyle. We make adulting not so boring. I mean, it's kind of tough, but like we do our best around here. And 2 days ago, the teaser trailer released on YouTube. I saw it and I was like, should I watch it? Should I make a teaser trailer reaction video? I was like, okay, what do I do? And so I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And I'll totally get copyright written on it. So yeah, I'll make like no money. This can't be monetized, but it's all about the fun. This is not my job. It's just a fun little hobby. So let's dive right in. I was very excited when I found out late last year, at the end of 2024, that Guillermo del Toro, an avid Universal Monsters fan, was going to be creating his own version of Frankenstein. I know his history with Creature from the Black Lagoon. I think he was set maybe to actually direct an actual, reboot or sequel something, and that didn't pan out. So he kind of had his own reinterpretation of that franchise with The Shape of Water, which I really love. So now I'm like, okay, he's so in his element. If anybody should be directing a Universal Monsters adjacent film or, directly hearkening back to that franchise, it is Guillermo del Toro. This adaptation stars Mia Goth, who I feel like has already proven herself as such a young actress to be a scream queen and just like so good. Like she's just phenomenal. I haven't seen Oscar Isaac in anything, but I think he's like a serious actor. And I think the only one here who, maybe their acting chops are in question is gonna be Jacob Elordi, who I've never seen him in anything. Oh, Elordi? I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I know zero about him. So I know I have to like trust that Guillermo del Toro knows what he's doing when he casts Jacob Elordi. I'm like, do I say his name right? How he casts him in such like a prominent role as the Frankenstein monster. Like that is the key role in this entire movie. Like no pressure, Jacob, but like you're carrying this movie on your back here. It probably sounds kind of confusing to hear me say this, but I don't necessarily have the highest hopes for this movie. Although I'm like rooting for it. I'm like, yes, like go team go, but maybe this is controversial, maybe this is unpopular to say, but I don't think there has ever really been a good Frankenstein movie. And obviously I'm excluding Universal movies because how I define good and obviously how anybody defines good is like so subjective and up to interpretation. But when I mean good, I mean like everybody knows about it. Like that is the Frankenstein movie. And I think that the Universal Monsters version of Frankenstein, like that is what people know probably more than Mary Shelley's version of the story, and she's the originator of it. And whenever we see Frankenstein out, any kind of Frankenstein iconography, it is gonna be the Universal Monsters version with Boris Karloff. So to me, that's how I'm defining good, something that is just like culturally everywhere. And I just don't think there's been any other movie since that franchise came out in the 1930s that has ever like one upped it. And if you feel like there is a movie that's in the running for that spot, by all means, suggest it down below in the comments for me. I just really feel like this story is so hard to pull off. Probably a hot take here, but I think most Frankenstein retellings or movies that take like the core part of the story but twist it, it's like not a direct adaptation, I think those are actually so much more enjoyable. For example, Lisa Frankenstein, it's not directly taking us through Victor Frankenstein's story, doing the whole thing you'd read in Mary Shelley's book. It takes like elements or themes of it and really, casts it in this whole new narrative and a whole new light. Okay, enough of my yapping here. I'm gonna pull up the teaser trailer. We, in this house, we do not mess with full trailers unless for some reason I'm at a movie theater and, they are forcing me to watch it. All right, we are ready to rock and roll and I'm gonna press play.
I had determined that the memory of my evils should die with me.
Not the candelabra. Up the staircase.
Some of what I will tell you is fact.
Ooh.
sun is not. But it is all true.
Yeah, I gotta have
What manner
that.
of creature is that? What manner of devil made him? I did.
The drama.
I had a vision,
Ooh.
an idea took shape in my mind. Inevitable, unavoidable, until it became truth.
Wow. Lightning. That green color, red. Oh my God.
In seeking life, I created death.
Oh my God. Ah, okay, that was so good. Ah, I don't know why. Maybe because there's like so many connections to Nosferatu, because it's like, I don't know, based off of Dracula. And Dracula is also a Universal Monsters film alongside Frankenstein. It just kind of reminded me a lot of like Nosferatu. Wow, okay, so much. Like, okay, that was such a good trailer. I don't think you need any more than that. Like one teaser trailer. Why do we still have full-blown trailers that are more than 2 minutes these days? Oh my God. Wait, not me turning this off at 1:49 just to realize this actually ends at 2:23. Okay, let me, it said Frankenstein on the screen. All right, let me get my act together here. All right, let's finish the rest of this trailer. God. Okay, honestly, I think they could have done without that. Like, that felt a little anticlimactic at the end, but whatever. Okay, initial thoughts. Like, there's a lot going through my head, so hopefully this sounds a bit coherent. Nothing is planned or outlined for my reactions. Like, that's the whole point. So I guess the first thing I'm thinking about is like, wow, it is gorgeous set design. It is incredible how there was so much just like dark coloring and tone. You have those little moments of like red fabric with something that looks like a statue, and then you have Mia Goth, and she's wearing this like beautiful emerald green color, like gorgeous. And so I guess it's another reason why I think about Nosferatu when I think about this movie, because that movie was so beautiful. And I honestly found Nosferatu to be a bit boring because I'm so used to the Dracula story. I hope it does something very different, something significant. It does feel like it's going to be very true to Mary Shelley's story, because the trailer started off with this like icy frozen tundra, and that's exactly how the book begins. I don't know, do you want something that's like very much accurate to the Mary Shelley story, or do you feel open to something that is definitely diverging from that typical narrative? Let me know. For me, I just want something different. If you've read this book, you know it is depressing. There are huge portions of it that are basically just people, characters recounting what they've done in the past. So there's lots of flashbacks. Like, how do you do this in a movie successfully? I don't know, but I would love to see Guillermo del Toro's spin on this. And not to mention that creature design, like, it is so ripe for any film that wants to be campy, which is probably why I love so many Frankenstein movies. It's for like the camp factor. So you want this to be serious in tone, but then you gotta get really clear. You gotta get really good on your vision for costuming, for any kind of special effects that are gonna be added to the monster of Frankenstein. If anybody can pull it off, like, I'm rooting for you, Mr. Del Toro. I'm very interested to see how this whole Netflix release plays out. I'm still wondering why they decided to go that route, because this movie just feels like something that is deserving of a theatrical release. That kind of like limits the marketing in many ways, because you have, like with Nosferatu, again, as an example, they had like the little coffin and rat buckets for popcorn, and you know, that's just a whole other separate thing with like marketing and stuff that, like, I don't know if you can do the same thing with like a Netflix release. But I'm so curious about what you think here. What are you excited about? Do you have any concerns? Are you wanting this to be very true to Mary Shelley's story, or are you hoping Guillermo del Toro goes in a completely different direction and adds a lot of new and different narrative elements? Gosh, fall is just going to be filled with so many great new pieces of media, like just so many things, so little time, and it makes life really exciting when things can be a little wild, to say the least. But thank you for spending your time with me. I'm so excited to chat with you in the comments, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.